evening, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abby and I warmly welcome you to the Caribbean and to my container garden here in Trinidad and Tobago. This evening we are going to tackle this job. We are going to get our sweet potato planted, and the first thing that we need to get going is hydrating this coconut coir. Yeah, it's called coconut peat. So you just need to put it in a container of some sort with water, and because I am just needing a little to fluff up my soil a little, I actually got this locally for $50. I think you can get it in other places between $40 to $50 per block, and it yields how many liters? It yields 70 liters plus of this stuff, which is quite a bit, because the bags that we buy of the compost or potting mix, those big bags, those are usually 50 liters, so way more than that you're getting with when you purchase the coconut coir. And the only thing, of course, it doesn't have the nutrients that those potting mix and compost have, but the material to build on is way more when you buy the coconut coir. So if you have your own manure and stuff like that, you can just buy the coconut coir, which is way cheaper, mix it in with your manure and leave it to, you know, working together for a little bit, and then you can plant into it. So in order not to waste any of my coconut coir, I am going to be using this tray, and I will be cutting into this using a handsaw so that I just take enough of what I need. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and give you some insight, because I've been planting into my containers. The sweet potatoes I've been planting into containers, and I have never gotten a sweet potato bigger than the size of my hand. So apparently my soil was a bit too tight, a bit too compacted, so I'm trying to loosen it up with all the compost, everything that I have around here to help me loosen up this soil. I am going to use it in this instant, and I'm gonna have this soil so fertile, guys. I really hope it works out this time. Sweet potato is 3 to 4.5 month crop. So this is a crop where you just plant and you walk away. You shouldn't really have to do much with it after, just water. That's it. Keep it alive by giving it some hydration. So this is the handsaw that I'll be using, and I'm just gonna cut off a piece of this block. Okay, great. So, whew, that took some effort. Nothing comes in this world free. Okay, so I have half of a 5-gallon bucket of water, so I'm just gonna dunk that in there, and I'm going to leave that to hydrate, and I'll pick you guys back up to show you how it renders. Okay guys, so this is how this soil is looking. This is how the coconut coir looks after it's hydrated. I didn't want it sapping wet because it was raining today, and so I didn't want the soil to be sapping wet. There's bits and pieces that aren't quite hydrated, but over time that would hydrate in the soil. So this is how it looks. So you can see what I'm trying to accomplish by using this type of material. It doesn't compact at all. Yeah, it's quite light, so the sweet potato tubers should grow well in this. These are my slips, guys. This is how it's looking. They look pretty good. This is just a tip of one sweet potato that I stuck in here, and so far I'm seeing about 3 slips in here. And I also tried experimenting sticking piece in water, but I didn't find it. The one in the soil looks more healthy to me, to be honest. Looks more healthy than this one. But we're gonna plant them all, and we're gonna plant them all and we'll see how it turns out. I'm also adding some perlite. I'm also adding some perlite to my soil. As you know, guys, I always tell you we have 2 extremes where we have lots and lots of rain and no rain, so I have to get this just right. So I'm eyeballing this, guys. I'm just gonna put a little bit. That's about it. I don't know how much to tell you that is, but you're the gardener. When you're dealing in your garden, you would know, you will get a feeling as to when to stop putting something in your garden. So I'm just putting in a little bit of this to add to the lightness of the soil, and I pray and hope that it works. We will see together, I guess, in 3 to 4 months. So this is how it looks. Looks something like potting mix, right? Looks exactly like potting mix if you ask me. All right, so let's get planting. All right, let's put you over here. Oop, I had to get my shovel. I hate when I don't put back my tools where I usually have them. Oh, all right. So in here, guys, is my regular dirt. I have to put this back up to protect myself and the kids from getting damage on these edges. Alright, so this is my regular soil in here. I even have some of the leaves from in the yard, some of the straw from the chicken bedding. I have all kind of stuff in here, guys. So as you can see, it's beautiful soil, but it has, you know, it needs a little bit more fluffing up, in my opinion. A little bit more breaking up. So we're going to add in our coconut coir. I'm just gonna mix it in here. The best I can. Look at that. So that quarter, you guys can see how it filled my container all the way up. Yep. I think my battery is about to die, so let me try and finish up this video quickly. So this is the tip of the sweet potato that I planted. Yes, my son. This is the tip of the sweet potato that I planted, and we are going to pull off. Whoopsie. See, it has a little bit of root on it. We're going to pull off all the slips that we can get from this. And I'm going to put this back in and see if it grows any more slips. So I'm going to leave this here and see if it regrows any shoots. Alright, so we get 5 pieces. We have 5 pieces. And so I am just going to split this in 4. And we are going to plant We're gonna plant one in each box and one in the center. Right, so one slip in each box. Look at that. Those are the smallest shoot has the biggest root system. So that's how it's looking, guys. So I have 5 planted, 2 teeny tiny ones, and 3 okay looking slips. So we are going to see together how this goes. Wish me all the best, and we will see each other when it comes to harvesting these sweet potatoes in 3 to 4 months. Alright, in the meantime, I have some onions that I transplanted in here that are not doing well at all. So I'm going to take these onions out and I am going to be transplanting them in these drums, this one and that one. I've recently amended these soils, so I'm going to transplant the onions in those and see how they bounce back from that, because I'm not sure if this is going to work, guys. I really am not sure if this is going to work, but it's worth a try because onions do really well here. And they store really well too. I still have onions from my last harvest. You guys remember that? That was months ago. Months ago, guys. And it's just that sometimes I forget that they're there and I end up buying more from the grocery store. And I just use those in special meals like salads. It's so tasty. I'm just giving this a try because they're still in the seedling stage, as you can see. Not the best looking onion plants I've seen, but we're going to give it a try. Moving them today and see how they do. Oh, so I don't need to use the 2 containers. I'll just use this one. And we will find more things to plant in that one container. How much more plants we have? 3 more? Okay, well, we'll stick 2 in this one then. Seen an itty bitty baby earthworm. We'll see how these go, guys. We'll see together if you have onions that are not doing well in one spot, if it is okay to move it to another area, if the onions are forgiving in that way. Great. Let's just plant these 2. And we're going to see how this goes. Let's see if these guys rebound. But guys, that's all I have today. That's all it is from me today. We accomplished amending that bed with the coconut coir and planting out these onions. What I have left on my agenda is, as I told you guys, I'm obsessed with flowers. I have some blue borage seeds and I'm trying to attract the bees to the garden, back to the garden. So I'm going to be planting out some of these blue borage seeds. I don't know where yet, so I think I'm just gonna put it in a little pot, and when they germinate, then I will transplant them where I want it to really be. By then I will have a moment to think where I'm gonna have it, but right now my mind is always going to this sack right here, because the veggies mostly are not doing good in that sack, because I do have nematodes in that sack. And so I'm just gonna throw flowers in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna tackle all the other things in the yard, but that's it for me today, guys. hopefully you're encouraged to get up and grow something. You got a piece of sweet potato or a potato that's shooting on your shelf. Cut off that piece, stick it in some dirt, and see what happens. You may get something, you may not, but at the end of the day you would have learned something. So get up, guys, put something in that dirt and see what comes of it. For sure it will help with your mental health, being out in the garden playing with that dirt. So I'm gonna continue planting, guys, in the garden. I have a bit of parsley plants that I have here that I want to get. I hope they live. I'm going to get them in this pot. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video, guys, and let me know what you're growing in your garden, what you have planted, what you're looking forward to in the upcoming months. These cool months are upon us, and this is where most of the plants produce for us in these months. So let me know what you're growing in your garden, especially those who are in the Caribbean. I know those who are in the northern hemisphere, who are in their winter season, they won't be growing much, but we hope that we keep your gardening spirit alive by watching us here in the Caribbean struggle with the pests and all the other environmental issues that we will have to be dealing with. Guys, I'm gonna start rambling because once I start talking I don't stop. See you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye. Grow, baby tree, grow.